That's just not the part of the social currency that I'm trying to pay. Adopting new characteristics. You know, we all have every characteristic, every feeling that anybody else has. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of choosing what we focus on and whether or not we have the courage to actually use that aspect of us. What's up, what's up, what's up? Beautiful souls, beautiful people. Welcome back and welcome in to Elevate TV. I am your favorite host, Trinice Valentine, the reality disruptor, the reality architect. This is the channel where we are transcending our minds and our lives to magnificence and deconstructing the bullshit and constructing a life fulfilled. I recently seen this this interview on RuPaul. If you don't know RuPaul, he is a icon, a legend, especially in the LGBTQ world. He is a drag queen and has been for over 30 plus years, like literally doing the damn thing. So many people in that area of life who entertain like that don't even last 5 to 10 years. So he's really a legend in the game. And this is my first interview that I ever seen from him. And it was very interesting. So I decided to analyze a little bit of what he was talking about, him and the host, and just give my 2 cents on the things, because I didn't even know, you know what I mean? It's so cool to see and so interesting to see other people in this state of mind that I'm also in, and on this path, this journey of being their best self and really understanding that life is a fucking game. We don't have to take it too serious. Like, it's really all about love and being our best self in every moment as much as we can. So here it is.
Different is the wrong term. It was someone that people noticed, right? So I knew that somehow my destiny involved being out front. And the truth is, I am an introvert masquerading as an extrovert, and I can do it. I can do the thing like, hey, how you doing? What's up? Hey, you know what? Is that cashmere? Oh my God, I love cashmere. Cashmere, now the word cashmere, you know, where I just go on and just look like I'm being open. I know how to do it, but the truth is, my real sense, you know, I'm
just being chill.
Just being chill.
Do you get exhausted?
It can exhaust me. I you know, if I'm not working, I like to spend time alone to recharge my battery. But it can be exhausting. Now, I usually keep that hidden, tucked away, and I pretend like, oh my God, is that cashmere? And I'll do the thing. But the truth is, I don't give a fuck about cashmere. But I do that to get through life, and to maintain, and to, you know, to get endorsement deals, and to get people to like me on social and do all the stuff.
First of all, thank you for just being honest, because I think a lot of people actually will completely relate to what you're saying of like, it's fucking exhausting trying to walk into work, walk into rooms, and having to put on a facade, because at the end of the day, none of us are going to be completely the same when we walk into a room with other people than we are when we're alone. But there is a world of social currency that you need to somewhat engage in, especially if this is your career. It's like, you're right. You got to sit across from me right now, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to ask you questions about this memoir.
Listen, I do enjoy cashmere from time to time. You know, I can do the thing, but what most people don't know about me is that base level thing, which is, don't take any of this too seriously. Otherwise, you get yourself caught up in trouble and wars, and, you know, getting your feelings hurt. I mean, it's
a lot. It's a
lot.
That's just not the part of the social currency that I'm trying to pay. You know, it's some people. It may be good for them. It may be good for them. For you, you know what's good for you, and I hope you have the discernment to know whether or not you want to take that path of identifying with another version of you. You know, hopefully it actually serves the path that you're going down, the path that you actually truly want to be on, you know, the one that takes you down the path of freedom wholeheartedly. But the social currency that I'm going to pay is one that serves me well in so many ways, that it returns fully 100%. I thought it was really interesting how he talked about him being an introvert and masking as an extrovert. You know, that's not me, but I know that sometimes it takes adopting new characteristics. You know, we all have every characteristic, every feeling that anybody else has, you know what I mean? It's just a matter of choosing what we focus on and whether or not we have the courage to actually use that aspect of us. And honestly, like he said, he gets exhausted. He needs the time to be by himself. I need that time regardless. So I'd rather not get exhausted being, you know, overly over the top, having a new identity, having multiple identities. Yes, I know that it takes certain characteristics to get into certain doors, but I believe in who I am enough and me being divinely guided and protected to really just have discernment on who I want to be, you know what I mean? To where I'm not getting to the point of being exhausted, and to where I'm not to the point of where I need to vacation from the life that I'm living, you know what I mean? I am working on creating the life where I don't need to vacation from my life. My life is a vacation, you feel me? And everything that I do, I enjoy it to the fullest. That's the life that I'm looking to construct and co-create, you know, because I've already experienced being exhausted, even just showing parts that don't really sit well with me, parts of me that, you know, didn't make me happy. Like he said, he can act like he's interested in the merchandise and the brand names, but really he's not. That's just like, I understand like flattering people and putting a smile on people's face, but some people are down with that, you know what I mean? Like having an alter personality and an alter ego. I've lived the life of not being happy with who I am and where I'm going. You know, of course, he's a legend. He's happy with his life, but I'm going to clip another piece of his video. He was talking about how he was so detached from who he was for almost 30 years because of a certain experience that he lived in his life. And that is kind of what I lived as well, but I didn't go down the path of being successful and a legend, and now he's the happiest he's ever been. But for me, I'm going down the path of, like I said, being me through and through, and loving every part of me that I discover instead of having to take a break from every part of me that I identify with. You know, because he's talking about getting people to like him. For me, I've done that for a long time, and it didn't attract and allow the people in my life who I actually needed to be in my life, you know. So for me to get people to like me, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to be the best version of me as possible, and love me for me, and the right people, the right opportunities, the right circumstances will be attracted to me. I already learned my lesson of getting the wrong people to like me. You know, maybe they weren't wrong, but I definitely learned my lesson of who needs to be in my life. Not everybody's meant for you. I love that he said, don't take this too serious. I've been on the path, also not taking this thing we call life so serious, and really adapting to the turning my brain into the belief that, and knowing that I am the universe experience in itself. We are the universe experience in itself, and this thing we call life is just an experience. It's not anything we need to take serious. We're not here forever, and it's just literally can be played as a game. It can be lived as a game because we are in control of our life. You know, we are taking back the pen and writing out our life how we desire. We are no longer reading the book, but we are the author of the book. We are no longer being programmed, but we are programming our own life, our own game. You know what I mean? And that's the beautiful thing about it. Awareness, you know, because if we get caught up in this thing we call life, you know, I'm sure some of us have, We've been caught up in the news, the fear-mongering, caught up in the politics, the wars, some people even got killed, or we know family members that got killed because they got caught up in this shit. Our feelings get hurt. We become depressed. We may even become manic, end up in the psych ward, end up in jail because we have taken these situations that happen in our lives so fucking serious, and we feel disrespected, and our ego comes up instead of looking at these situations from love and having discernment and asking ourselves, what would our best self do in this situation? What would our higher self do in this situation? And having emotional intelligence to understand how we're feeling is just a fleeting feeling. Feelings don't last. Neither does this life. Feeling is just an indication on something that needs to change, on something that you can learn to grow from. Like I said, we're the universe experiencing itself, and only thing that we're doing here on this thing we call Earth is taking back the knowledge and the experiences back to our oneness, to our divinity once we are gone. And not even once we're gone, because if you really take a look at it, the world we live in is changing for the better. People are waking up. And why are we waking up? Because we're taking back this information back to Mother Earth, back to the universe that we have gathered for eons and eons and generations. And the world is only becoming better. It may seem a little crazy still, but if you really take a look at it, the world is becoming better. People are becoming better. We still see the trauma. We still see the bullshit around us. It's just life, you know what I mean? It's just a contrast. Life is a paradox. So it's inevitable that we see different sides of happiness. We see the sadness, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a double-edged sword. So it's okay. But, even though the world may be weary from trauma, we don't have to take it with us. We can just observe, sit back and observe. We don't have to take it in and keep it within deep and hold on to it. We can let it flow through us. See these situations and let it go. That's such a beautiful thing that we can learn to adapt. So don't believe the hype, y'all. Don't believe the hype. Like that old song say, don't believe the hype. Don't do it. Understand that this is just something that we are here to experience, and we can enjoy it as much as we can. Literally, the limit is limitless. There is no limit. It's all in the mind. What your brain and your body says you can or can't do, that's your limitations. But once you understand and adopt the belief and the knowing that you are literally an infinite being, you can literally do, be, and have anything that you desire. Your limit is limitless.
In the book, you talk a lot about your family dynamics. Can you kind of paint the picture of what your relationship was like with your mother growing up?
I loved my mother. I love the fact that she didn't believe the bullshit. She just didn't. And unfortunately for her, I think most of that came out of world weariness. And I think she didn't talk about her childhood very much, but or at all. But I have a feeling some really awful things happened to her as a little girl. And so she was very world weary. So she didn't put up the pretense. Like I can do the cashmere speak. She did not at all. At all. And she would cuss someone out. We could cuss in the house. We could, I felt growing up, my role was to sort of lift her up. And I did. And I would do my impersonations for her, of Tina Turner or Geraldine from the Flip Wilson show. But she had a dark, dark cloud over her. And I related to that. And I understood it very well because if you look at the world with X-ray eyes, there is so much darkness and sadness. So I choose joy. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't recognize the darkness or the pain, but and I do. I look at the darkness, but I don't stare at it. Mm-hmm. I want to say that again so you motherfuckers can get it. I look at the darkness, but I don't stare because it will suck you in. And you are a powerful witch. You are powerful. You can create whatever life you want. Life asks, what do you want me to be? Okay, I'll be that.
I also was just thinking, I may be butchering this. I remember there was this one line that you wrote about her basically saying something about like, if I'm not paying their fucking taxes, why the fuck do I give a shit what they're doing?
If they ain't paying your bills, pay them bitches no mind. That was my mother. And it's true. And it's sort of, the same the philosophy is what other people think of me is none of my business.
Man, when he's talking about the world is weary from trauma and how his mom didn't put up with nothing, like she has a dark cloud over her. Man, it just reminds me of, literally what I just spoke of. And like so many of us have gone through so many different types of trauma. Trauma is not one size fits all. We all have trauma, whether it be on a small scale or a bigger scale. Like, trauma is trauma, and it really takes remembering that we have the power over our life, that we can change, to really let go of the trauma, to really let go of the things that feel so heavy on our chest when we think about it, on our mind, on our bodies, on our souls. You know what I mean? It really takes looking and shining a light on the darkness for the darkness to disappear. We have to go through the darkness to get through it, because what has suppressing it done? It has gotten us to where we are right now. The world is full of turmoil, like he said. The world is full of anger, fear, stress, doubt, shame, guilt, because nobody wants to. Well, I take that back. So many people don't want to have the courage to look within themselves. They forever want to blame somebody else for how they're living their life. Yes, things happen to us. Yes, things happen to you, whoever it may be. But we can change. We have the choice to change. It's not all on somebody else. There's some point in our life where we have to take responsibility for every fucking thing. Otherwise, we're going to continue down the road of feeling like the causes are affecting us, when literally we can cause the effect by changing our minds and our thoughts and how we believe about ourselves and the world around us and the actions that we take. It can literally, the first step that we take towards a new path changes the trajectory of our life. It transforms our life, that first step. But we have to have the courage and the awareness to look within inside of ourselves. We have to have that self-introspection. Some people do need therapy. Some people can work on themselves on their own, with journaling, meditation, breath work, different things, EFT tapping, qigong, yoga, just communicating with their loved ones, or even having a conversation with the person who caused the trauma. There's different ways to heal, but we have to feel it to heal it. We cannot no longer suppress it, because suppressing the emotions causes illnesses, causes depression, causes cancer. We can literally heal our bodies, heal our life, but we have to feel it to heal it. We have to get all of that shit, those stuck energy, and move it through our body to let it flow through us, from us, and allow better, lighter energy to flow. Straight up. Because, like he said, there's a dark cloud over her, and that's all of that trauma, that suppressed stress, that suppressed trauma, And there really is darkness and sadness when you look out into the world. Like, literally, I was at Albertsons yesterday. I pulled up to the parking lot. Literally, everybody who came out of that grocery store, at least 5 people, had a shitty look on their face, an angry look, sadness on their face, like just pushing their cart. Just mean mugging. Nobody, not looking at anybody, just have a shitty ass look on their face. And I'm like, dang. Man. And there's no such thing as a resting bitch face. No such thing. Were you born like that? I doubt it. We were all born pure and joyful. Pure. So you call that a resting bitch face because of all the sadness that you're carrying, all of the resentment, the anger, the hurt, the pain. That's all that shit that you're carrying. And it just made me feel like I feel it right now. Low key, I feel for these people because I was there once, mad at the world, like with the demeanor of don't fuck with me. Don't look at me. Bruh. So I just sent those people love because that's what we need more of in the world. More love and peace and compassion and understanding and encouragement to do better. Encouragement to be yourself. Encouragement to really take a look within yourself and feel those feelings. Really be authentically you. You know, we have so much hurt and pain because once upon a time we were the real us. And somebody took advantage of it one way or another. Whether we were too nice, too happy, too playful, too quiet. We were us. We were being authentically us. And somebody took advantage of it. Like he said, it's okay to look, but don't stare. Because you will get caught up in it. Can suck you dry. Like I said, it causes cancer, illnesses, depression, sickness, unhappiness. That's what it does when you stare into it and let it just soak. You just allow yourself to soak in it. Yeah, sometimes you're happy. Sometimes you're good, but when that shit wears off, you back to square one where you don't want to be. Or you numbing it. You numbing the pain with alcohol, pills, whatever it may be. So I encourage you, do what you gotta do to be you, to be the best version of you, to be that happy, fulfilled person that you were meant to be. Meditation. Get a counselor. Seek new friends. Consume differently. Consumption in all aspects. What are you consuming on a daily basis? Not just eating, but what are you watching? What are you listening to? What are you engaging in? Literally. Consume what the best version of you would be consuming. Because it helps. That takes you down the path of being the best version of yourself. Life doesn't change until we change. And like he said, you are powerful. We are powerful. We're all powerful. We all have that divine power within us. We are the universe experiencing itself, right? Life asks, what do you want me to be? And you answer. And it says, okay. Unbeknownst to us, we have been manifesting the life that we live up until this moment. But it's all about awareness, right? When we become aware that that's what we've been doing, we do it on purpose, with intention. We act with intention. We think with intention. We believe differently. That trifecta, thinking, believing, acting, produces the reality that we live. So it's up to us as individuals to create the life that we truly desire. Because there is no opposing power. It's all oneness. It's all God. It's all universe. It's all Buddha, Allah, whatever you want to call it. It's all one. There is no opposing power. There is no evil. There is none of that. It's just the same as saying there is no darkness. Darkness is just the absence of light. It doesn't exist on its own. It's just a different aspect, right? So when we understand that, all we have to do is just let it go. And letting it go depends on what feels good to you. What best works for you. For me, I meditate. I sit with myself as much as I can. I love sitting in silence with myself, I discovered. I love being out in nature, connecting with nature. That is a perfect example. I feel like everybody in the world can benefit from being in nature because we are nature. Right? We are nature. Nature heals, nature nurtures. You can go give all your cares, your fears, your worries to a tree. Trees have so much information you wouldn't fucking believe, okay? They're all connected. Deeply rooted, they're all connected within the earth somehow, some way. So if you just lean on a tree, put all your weight on a tree, even hug a tree, talk to it, give it all to the trees, man. Nature, it's God. I'm telling you, you'll feel better. I love doing Qi yoga. Well, I love doing Qigong. Exercising. Journaling. You can do EFT tapping, breath work. Connect with the community. Join the community, the Cosmic Abundance Network. I'm working on something else to get put out for the world. Like I'm working on a course, and I'm also working on a 66-day challenge. I'm challenging myself right now for 66 days to really reprogram and transform my identity to really a sovereign leader, a sovereign being. And I believe we can all do that. We all can live a sovereign life, literally be free. But being free is not just about saying I want to be free and going out and doing things differently. Like quitting your job. Like it's literally a mind thing. A mind, body, it's connected, right? This is oneness. It's literally changing your mind state and rewiring your brain, your neurotransmitters, your neural pathways to believe and consciously and subconsciously know who the fuck you are and where you're going. And let all those bullshit doubts and beliefs go. Because the more we go down a different path, right? The clearer that path becomes, more familiar that path becomes. And the less we go down the other path, it becomes blurry. It's null and void. We don't even want to go down that path anymore. I'm telling you from experience, man, I used to be drinking so heavily, popping pills. You wouldn't catch me without a cup in my hand type shit. Sometimes even 2 cups. Now I can barely even fathom who that version of me was. It's crazy to think about. That was the version of me who was suppressing all of my worries and my fears and my hurt, my pain. Because I didn't know. I wasn't emotionally stable. I wasn't emotionally aware. You know, I always knew I was destined for something way better, destined for real greatness, destined to really change the world in some way. But, hey, like I said, if you focus too much on the traumas of the world, the turmoil of the world, it can suck you in. And yes, we all go through things, like I said. But we gotta understand, like, every situation, every circumstance that we go through, we're not meant to stay stuck there. We're supposed to go through it and learn from it. You know, the big battles, we wouldn't go through the big battles if we couldn't bear the big battles, okay? We're strong. And unfortunately, the adverse situations as a child, they fuck you up. They fuck you up because our prefrontal cortex is not developed. But regardless of when it happened, we have the opportunity to grow from it. We have been blessed with the opportunity to grow from it, to give that information back to ourselves, to the universe, to God, Buddha, Allah, whatever you want to call it. We have been blessed enough to keep going in this beautiful thing we call life and experience it even more. We can experience more fulfillment. If you are still here, living, breathing, you have a fucking purpose. Your purpose is not done. Your life isn't done. So keep going. Keep fucking going. Be the best version of you. Become unfuckwittable. Become unbreakable, unshakable. Allow yourself to be that person. To be, do, and have every fucking thing you desire. Everything you want. Just because. It doesn't mean that you're greedy. Especially if it's coming from love and you're really enjoying your life. You're not trying to take nobody down. No. That's a lie. That's another one of those bullshit beliefs. Being greedy. Nah. We're meant to have a lot. We're meant to live an abundant life. There's a difference between being greedy and being fulfilled. Being greedy is coming from your ego. Being fulfilled is coming from your heart, your best version of you, love, God. We're meant to live an abundant life. Peaceful, happy, joyful, wealthy, healthy, with love. Whew. And I feel this so deeply, man. Anyways, if I haven't said it already, I don't feel like I did. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, share this series or share this video, this episode with someone who can benefit from it. Hit that like button, share it, because the algorithm needs to be putting out more channels like this. We need more love in the world. We need more light. We need more peace. We need more joy. We need more happiness. We need more encouragement, real motivation, and real awareness to wake up to who the fuck we are and let go of this programming bullshit life that we have been programmed to live. Get out the matrix. Become free. Peace. Until next time.